The fig stands as one of nature's most ancient and revered fruits, cherished across civilizations for thousands of years, not merely for its sweet, honeyed flavor, but for its extraordinary capacity to nourish and heal the human body. This tear-shaped treasure, whether enjoyed fresh or dried, contains a concentration of vital nutrients that modern science continues to validate through rigorous research. What our ancestors understood intuitively about the fig's healing properties, we can now explain through biochemistry and nutritional science, creating a beautiful bridge between traditional wisdom and contemporary health knowledge. When you slice open a fresh fig, you're greeted by a jewel-like interior filled with tiny seeds suspended in soft, succulent flesh. This isn't just visually appealing, it represents a powerhouse of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and phytonutrients working in concert to support nearly every system in your body. The fig's nutritional profile reads like a comprehensive multivitamin, yet it arrives in a natural package that your body recognizes and processes with remarkable efficiency. Fresh figs contain an impressive array of vitamin C, a nutrient that deserves special attention given its critical role in human health. A serving of fresh figs can provide a meaningful portion of your daily vitamin C requirements, functioning as both a preventative measure and a therapeutic agent. This water-soluble vitamin doesn't accumulate in your body, which means you need regular intake to maintain optimal levels. The vitamin C in figs comes packaged with complementary nutrients that enhance its absorption and effectiveness, creating what nutritionists call a synergistic effect. Vitamin C serves as the body's primary water-soluble antioxidant, patrolling your bloodstream and cellular fluids to neutralize harmful free radicals before they can damage cellular structures. Free radicals form constantly in your body as natural byproducts of metabolism, but their numbers multiply dramatically when you're exposed to pollution, stress, poor diet, or environmental toxins. Without adequate antioxidant protection, these unstable molecules attack cell membranes, proteins, and even DNA, accelerating aging and contributing to chronic disease development. The vitamin C in figs works tirelessly to protect your cells from this oxidative damage. It donates electrons to free radicals, stabilizing them and rendering them harmless. This protective action extends throughout your entire body, but it's particularly important in areas with high metabolic activity or exposure to environmental stress. Your eyes, immune cells, cardiovascular system, and brain all benefit tremendously from this antioxidant shield. Beyond its antioxidant capabilities, vitamin C plays an indispensable role in collagen synthesis. Collagen forms the structural framework for your skin, blood vessels, bones, tendons, and ligaments. Without sufficient vitamin C, your body cannot produce collagen properly, leading to weakened blood vessel walls, poor wound healing, joint problems, and premature skin aging. The vitamin C you obtain from figs contributes to maintaining the integrity of these vital connective tissues throughout your body. Plus, your immune system relies heavily on vitamin C to function at peak capacity. This nutrient supports both the innate and adaptive immune responses, enhancing the production and function of white blood cells that form your first line of defense against pathogens. Neutrophils, the most abundant type of white blood cell, require vitamin C to perform chemotaxis, the process by which they track down and destroy invading bacteria and viruses. Lymphocytes, which orchestrate your adaptive immune response, also depend on adequate vitamin C levels to proliferate and produce antibodies. Research has demonstrated that vitamin C accumulates in immune cells at concentrations far higher than in blood plasma, indicating its critical importance for immune function. When you're fighting an infection, your immune cells rapidly consume their vitamin C stores, which is why your requirements increase during illness. Regular consumption of vitamin C-rich foods like figs helps maintain these cellular reserves, preparing your immune system to respond swiftly and effectively when challenged by pathogens. The antioxidant capacity of figs extends far beyond vitamin C alone. These fruits contain an impressive array of polyphenols, flavonoids, and other phytonutrients that work together to combat oxidative stress throughout your body. Anthocyanins give darker figs their deep purple hue while simultaneously protecting your cells from damage. Phenolic acids provide additional antioxidant activity, and the combined effect of all these compounds creates what scientists call a high total antioxidant capacity. Laboratory studies measuring the antioxidant power of various fruits consistently rank figs among the top performers. The ORAC scale, which stands for Oxygen Radical Absorbance Capacity, measures how effectively foods can neutralize free radicals. Dried figs score particularly high on this scale, offering concentrated antioxidant protection in every bite. Fresh figs also deliver substantial antioxidant benefits, though their higher water content means you're getting these compounds in a more diluted form. The phenolic compounds in figs don't just neutralize free radicals, they also activate your body's own antioxidant defense systems. Certain phytonutrients in figs trigger the production of endogenous antioxidant enzymes like superoxide dismutase, catalase, and glutathione peroxidase. And these internally produced antioxidants provide long-lasting protection because they can neutralize many free radicals before being depleted, unlike dietary antioxidants that work on a one-to-one basis. Your eyes benefit tremendously from the nutrients found in figs. Vision depends on intricate cellular structures and biochemical processes that are particularly vulnerable to oxidative damage. The retina, which converts light into neural signals your brain can interpret, contains the highest concentration of polyunsaturated fatty acids in your body. While these fats are essential for proper retinal function, they're also highly susceptible to free radical attack. The antioxidants in figs help protect these delicate structures from oxidative stress. Vitamin A compounds found in figs support the health of your cornea and are essential for the production of rhodopsin, a protein in your retina that enables vision in low light conditions. The beta-carotene in figs, which your body converts to active vitamin A as needed, accumulates in your retina, where it provides both structural support and antioxidant protection. Lutein and zeaxanthin, two carotenoids present in figs, concentrate specifically in the macula, the central part of your retina, responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Age-related macular degeneration represents one of the leading causes of vision loss in older adults, but research suggests that dietary antioxidants can significantly reduce your risk of developing this condition. The combination of vitamin C, carotenoids, and polyphenols in figs creates a comprehensive protective effect for your macula. These nutrients filter harmful blue light, neutralize free radicals generated by light exposure, and support the health of retinal pigment epithelium cells that nourish your photoreceptors. Cataracts, another common age-related eye condition, develop when proteins in your lens begin to clump together, creating cloudy areas that impair vision. Oxidative stress plays a central role in cataract formation as free radicals damage lens proteins and disrupt their normal structure. The high antioxidant content of figs helps protect lens proteins from this oxidative damage, potentially slowing or preventing cataract development. Studies have shown that people with higher dietary intake of vitamin C and other antioxidants have significantly lower rates of cataract formation. The blood vessels that supply your eyes with oxygen and nutrients are remarkably delicate, and their health directly impacts your vision. The cardiovascular benefits of figs extend to these ocular blood vessels, helping maintain proper blood flow to all structures of your eye. Vitamin C from figs strengthens capillary walls, reducing the risk of hemorrhages in the eye. The potassium in figs helps regulate blood pressure, preventing damage to the tiny blood vessels in your retina that can occur with hypertension. For people with diabetes, maintaining good eye health becomes even more critical, as high blood sugar levels can damage retinal blood vessels and lead to diabetic retinopathy. While figs do contain natural sugars and should be consumed mindfully by people managing diabetes, their fiber content helps moderate blood sugar responses. The antioxidants in figs may also help protect retinal blood vessels from the oxidative stress associated with elevated glucose levels. Your cardiovascular system represents another major beneficiary of fig consumption. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death globally, but dietary choices powerfully influence your cardiovascular risk. The nutrients in figs work through multiple mechanisms to protect your heart and blood vessels, creating a comprehensive cardioprotective effect that extends from your largest arteries down to your smallest capillaries. The fiber content of figs deserves special attention when considering cardiovascular health. Both soluble and insoluble fiber play important roles in maintaining a healthy heart, and figs provide generous amounts of both types. Soluble fiber dissolves in water to form a gel-like substance in your digestive tract. This gel binds to cholesterol and bile acids, preventing their absorption and promoting their excretion. Your liver then draws cholesterol from your bloodstream to produce new bile acids, effectively lowering your blood cholesterol levels. Studies have consistently demonstrated that increasing dietary fiber intake reduces LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol, because elevated levels contribute to atherosclerosis. The process of atherosclerosis begins when LDL particles penetrate and become trapped in artery walls, where they undergo oxidation. This oxidized LDL triggers an inflammatory response that gradually builds up plaque deposits, narrowing your arteries and restricting blood flow. By helping lower LDL cholesterol, the fiber in figs reduces the raw material available for plaque formation. The antioxidants in figs provide a second line of cardiovascular defense by preventing LDL oxidation. Remember, it's not just the presence of LDL cholesterol that causes problems. It's the oxidation of these particles that triggers the inflammatory cascade, leading to atherosclerosis. Vitamin C and polyphenols from figs circulate in your bloodstream, protecting LDL particles from free radical damage. This antioxidant protection effectively breaks the chain of events that leads from elevated cholesterol to arterial plaque buildup. Potassium, abundant in both fresh and dried figs, plays a crucial role in cardiovascular health by helping regulate blood pressure. This essential mineral works in opposition to sodium, helping your body excrete excess sodium through urine while simultaneously relaxing blood vessel walls. When your blood vessels dilate, blood pressure decreases, reducing the workload on your heart and minimizing damage to artery walls. Most people consume far too much sodium relative to potassium, creating an imbalance that contributes to hypertension. Adding potassium-rich foods like figs to your diet helps restore this critical balance. The relationship between potassium and cardiovascular health extends beyond blood pressure regulation. Adequate potassium intake helps prevent irregular heartbeats, supports proper heart muscle contraction, and may reduce the risk of stroke. Research has shown that people with higher potassium consumption have significantly lower rates of stroke, even when controlling for other dietary and lifestyle factors. The potassium in figs works alongside other nutrients to create this protective effect. Inflammation plays a central role in cardiovascular disease development, and chronic low-grade inflammation accelerates atherosclerosis, promotes plaque instability, and increases the risk of heart attacks and strokes. The polyphenols in figs possess anti-inflammatory properties that help dampen this harmful inflammatory response. These compounds interfere with inflammatory signaling pathways, reducing the production of inflammatory molecules like cytokines and prostaglandins. Blood clotting represents both a life-saving mechanism and a potential danger. So your body needs to form clots quickly to stop bleeding from injuries, but inappropriate clot formation inside blood vessels can trigger heart attacks and strokes. The balance between clot formation and dissolution must be carefully maintained. Some compounds in figs may help prevent excessive platelet aggregation, the process by which blood cells clump together to form clots. By promoting healthy blood flow and preventing inappropriate clotting, figs contribute to overall cardiovascular health. The endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels, functions as much more than a simple barrier. This active tissue produces substances that regulate blood pressure, prevent clotting, and control inflammation. Endothelial dysfunction, characterized by reduced nitric oxide production and increased oxidative stress, represents an early step in cardiovascular disease development. Vitamin C and other antioxidants in figs help protect endothelial cells from oxidative damage and support their normal function. Nitric oxide, produced by healthy endothelial cells, causes blood vessels to relax and dilate, improving blood flow and reducing blood pressure. This molecule also prevents platelet aggregation and inhibits the adhesion of white blood cells to vessel walls, both important mechanisms for preventing atherosclerosis. The antioxidant nutrients in figs help protect nitric oxide from degradation by free radicals, allowing it to exert its beneficial cardiovascular effects for longer periods. Homocysteine, an amino acid produced during normal metabolism, can damage blood vessel walls when present in elevated concentrations. High homocysteine levels have been linked to increased cardiovascular risk, though the exact mechanisms remain under investigation. B vitamins, including folate found in figs, help convert homocysteine to other benign substances, preventing its accumulation. While figs aren't the richest source of B vitamins, they contribute to your overall intake as part of a varied, nutrient-dense diet. The timing of fig consumption can influence how effectively your body utilizes their nutrients. Your body's physiological processes follow circadian rhythms, daily cycles that affect everything from hormone production to nutrient absorption. Understanding these patterns allows you to optimize when you eat figs to maximize their health benefits. Morning consumption of figs offers several advantages. After an overnight fast, your body is primed to absorb nutrients efficiently. The natural sugars in figs provide quick energy to fuel your morning activities, while the fiber ensures a gradual, sustained release of glucose into your bloodstream. This combination helps stabilize blood sugar levels throughout the morning, preventing the energy crashes that often follow high glycemic breakfast foods. Starting your day with 2 or 3 fresh figs on an empty stomach allows the fruit's soluble fiber to work its magic in your digestive system without interference from other foods. The pectin and mucilage in figs create a gentle cleansing effect on your intestinal walls, promoting healthy elimination patterns that set a positive tone for the rest of your day. Many people who struggle with irregular bowel movements find that morning fig consumption establishes a natural rhythm within just a few days of consistent practice. The antioxidants in figs are particularly potent when consumed in the morning because oxidative stress naturally increases as your body transitions from rest to activity. Free radicals generated during metabolism need immediate neutralization, and the polyphenols in figs provide that protection right when your cells need it most. Studies have shown that antioxidant levels in the blood peak within 2 to 3 hours after consuming fig-rich foods, offering maximum protection during the active morning hours when you're most exposed to environmental stressors. Evening consumption of figs serves a different but equally valuable purpose. Eating 1 or 2 figs about an hour before bedtime provides nutrients that support restorative sleep processes. The natural sugars in figs trigger a mild insulin response that helps tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier more effectively. Tryptophan then converts to serotonin and eventually melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. This gentle, natural process differs dramatically from the blood sugar spike caused by processed desserts, which can actually disrupt sleep quality. The potassium content in figs plays a crucial role in evening consumption benefits. Potassium helps relax blood vessels and muscles, promoting the physical relaxation necessary for deep, restorative sleep. People who suffer from nighttime leg cramps often find relief when they incorporate figs into their evening routine, as the fruit's mineral profile addresses the electrolyte imbalances that contribute to muscle spasms. However, timing isn't the only consideration when maximizing the health benefits of figs. The way you combine figs with other foods significantly impacts nutrient absorption and overall effectiveness. Pairing figs with healthy fats enhances the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients and provides a more balanced glycemic response. A classic Mediterranean combination involves eating fresh figs with a small handful of walnuts or almonds. The protein and healthy fats in nuts slow down sugar absorption, while the omega-3 fatty acids in walnuts complement the anti-inflammatory properties of fig compounds. Greek yogurt or other fermented dairy products make excellent companions for figs. While the probiotics in yogurt support gut health, while the protein creates a more complete nutritional profile. Drizzling a small amount of raw honey over this combination adds antimicrobial properties and additional enzymes that support digestion. This trio of figs, yogurt, and honey has been used in traditional medicine systems for centuries to strengthen the digestive system and boost immunity. Cheese and figs represent another time-honored pairing that makes nutritional sense beyond its delicious taste. The calcium in cheese works synergistically with the vitamin K in figs to support bone health. Soft cheeses like goat cheese or ricotta provide easily digestible protein that balances the fruit's natural sugars, creating a satisfying snack that won't cause dramatic blood sugar fluctuations. The combination also provides a complete amino acid profile, making it particularly valuable for those following vegetarian diets. Avoiding certain combinations proves just as important as choosing complementary foods. Consuming figs with high-protein meals, particularly red meat, can interfere with iron absorption. The tannins in certain compounds in figs may bind with iron, reducing the amount your body can utilize. If you're concerned about iron levels, consider eating figs at least 2 hours away from your primary protein-rich meals. Similarly, combining figs with caffeine-containing beverages like coffee or black tea can diminish the absorption of certain minerals and antioxidants. The polyphenols in tea and coffee may interact with fig compounds in ways that reduce their bioavailability. If you enjoy both figs and your morning coffee, try spacing them at least 30 minutes apart to ensure optimal absorption of nutrients from each. Storage methods dramatically affect the nutritional value and medicinal potency of figs. Fresh figs are delicate fruits with a short shelf life, typically lasting only 3 to 5 days when stored properly. The key to preserving their nutrients lies in managing moisture and temperature carefully. Fresh figs should be stored in the refrigerator, preferably in a single layer on a paper towel-lined plate or shallow container. Avoid plastic bags that trap moisture, as excess humidity accelerates mold growth and nutrient degradation. Before refrigerating fresh figs, inspect each fruit carefully and remove any that show signs of damage or overripeness. One compromised fig can quickly affect others in close proximity. Don't wash figs until just before eating them, as moisture on the skin promotes bacterial growth and speeds deterioration. The natural bloom or powdery coating on fig skin actually provides some protection against spoilage, so leaving it intact until consumption makes sense. If you have an abundance of fresh figs, freezing offers an excellent preservation method that maintains most nutritional benefits. Unlike some fruits that become mushy and unpalatable when frozen, figs retain good texture and flavor. To freeze figs properly, wash and dry them thoroughly, then arrange them on a parchment-lined baking sheet without touching. Freeze until solid, then transfer to airtight containers or freezer bags. This flash freezing method prevents the fruits from clumping together and allows you to remove individual figs as needed. Frozen figs maintain their vitamin C content remarkably well for up to 8 months when stored at consistent freezing temperatures. The antioxidant compounds remain stable in frozen conditions, making this preservation method superior to canning for maintaining medicinal properties. You can use frozen figs directly in smoothies or thaw them for use in other recipes. The texture becomes slightly softer after freezing, which actually works well for making fig paste or incorporating into cooked dishes. Drying figs represents the most traditional preservation method and offers unique advantages. The concentration that occurs during dehydration intensifies both flavor and certain nutrients. Dried figs contain higher levels of fiber, iron, calcium, and potassium per unit of weight compared to fresh figs. However, the vitamin C content decreases significantly during the drying process, which is why consuming both fresh and dried figs provides the most comprehensive nutritional benefits. Sun-drying figs at home allows you to control the process and avoid the sulfites and preservatives often added to commercially dried fruits. Choose fully ripe but firm figs for drying. Cut them in half and place them cut side up on drying trays or racks in direct sunlight. The process typically takes 3 to 5 days, depending on weather conditions and humidity levels. You'll know figs are properly dried when they feel leathery and pliable, but no longer contain visible moisture when squeezed gently. Using a food dehydrator offers more control and faster results. Set the temperature between 135 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit and arrange fig halves on the trays without overlapping. Most figs dry completely in 8 to 12 hours. Properly dried figs should still retain some flexibility rather than becoming crispy or brittle. Store dried figs in airtight containers in a cool, dark place where they'll keep for 6 months or longer while maintaining their nutritional value. The way you rehydrate dried figs before use affects their digestibility and nutrient availability. Soaking dried figs in warm water for 15 to 20 minutes before consumption helps restore moisture and makes them gentler on the digestive system. The soaking water absorbs some of the fig's nutrients and becomes a mildly sweet, a healthful liquid that you can drink or use in recipes rather than discarding. Some traditional medicine practices specifically recommend this fig-infused water for soothing coughs and supporting respiratory health. Creating fig paste or jam allows you to preserve large quantities while developing concentrated healing preparations. Traditional fig preserves used minimal added sugar, relying instead on the fruit's natural sweetness and pectin content to create a thick, spreadable consistency. To make medicinal fig paste, simmer chopped figs with just enough water to prevent sticking, stirring frequently until the mixture breaks down and thickens. Adding lemon juice enhances preservation and provides additional vitamin C. This concentrated fig paste appears frequently in historical medical texts as a remedy for various ailments. A spoonful mixed in warm water creates a soothing drink for sore throats and coughs. Applied topically, fig paste has been used traditionally to draw out splinters and soothe minor skin irritations, though modern application of this practice should be approached cautiously and discontinued if any adverse reactions occur. The enzymatic properties of figs that help break down proteins may contribute to these traditional external uses. Recipes utilizing figs for healing purposes span cultures and centuries, reflecting the fruit's long-standing reputation as both food and medicine. One of the simplest yet most effective preparations involves creating fig milk, a traditional remedy for respiratory issues and digestive complaints. To prepare this, soak 3 or 4 dried figs in a cup of milk overnight. In the morning, blend the softened figs with the milk until smooth, then gently warm the mixture without boiling. This creamy preparation combines the soothing properties of milk with figs' healing compounds, creating a remedy that's particularly gentle for children and those with sensitive stomachs. The calcium in milk works synergistically with minerals in figs, while the fat content in milk enhances absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. Traditional practitioners recommended this fig milk remedy specifically for dry coughs, constipation, and general weakness. Modern understanding of nutrition confirms that this combination provides easily digestible calories, protein, healthy fats, fiber, and a range of vitamins and minerals that support recovery from illness and build strength. Another powerful healing preparation involves simmering figs with ginger and honey to create a warming syrup. This combination addresses multiple health concerns simultaneously. To prepare this remedy, chop 6 fresh or dried figs and simmer them gently with 2 cups of water, a tablespoon of fresh grated ginger, and 2 tablespoons of raw honey for about 20 minutes. Strain the mixture and store the resulting syrup in a glass jar in the refrigerator. Take 1 to 2 tablespoons of this syrup 3 times daily at the first sign of cold or flu symptoms. The ginger in this preparation adds powerful anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties while stimulating circulation and supporting immune function. Honey contributes additional antimicrobial effects and coats the throat, providing relief from irritation. The figs supply antioxidants and nutrients that support the body's natural healing processes. This combination has been used across various cultures, from Middle Eastern traditional medicine to Ayurvedic practices, with remarkably consistent applications for respiratory infections and digestive upsets. A Mediterranean remedy for constipation involves soaking dried figs and prunes together overnight in water, then consuming both the fruit and the liquid first thing in the morning. This powerful combination leverages the laxative properties of both fruits while providing a gentle, natural solution to occasional digestive sluggishness. Unlike harsh chemical laxatives that can create dependency, this fruit-based remedy supports natural bowel function and provides valuable nutrients. I'd use 3 dried figs and 3 prunes in about 2 cups of water and adjust quantities based on individual response. Fig and date energy balls represent a modern interpretation of traditional travelers' provisions that sustain people on long journeys through harsh environments. These nutrient-dense preparations pack healing benefits into portable, shelf-stable forms. To make them, blend equal parts dried figs and dates with a handful of nuts, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and warming spices like cinnamon or cardamom. Roll the mixture into small balls and coat them in sesame seeds or shredded coconut. These energy balls provide sustained energy, satisfy sweet cravings healthfully, and deliver the medicinal properties of figs in a convenient form. The combination of figs with warming spices appears frequently in traditional formulations designed to improve circulation and support digestive fire. Cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and black pepper all enhance the therapeutic effects of figs while making them easier to digest, especially for those with sluggish digestion or tendency toward dampness in traditional medicine terms. A simple spiced fig compote involves simmering fresh figs with cinnamon sticks, star anise, and a splash of orange juice until the fruits break down into a thick, fragrant sauce. This spiced fig preparation serves multiple purposes in a healing kitchen. Spooned over porridge or yogurt, it provides a nutritious breakfast that supports sustained energy and digestive health. Mixed with warm water, as it creates a soothing beverage for cold weather or times of illness. The aromatic compounds in the spices complement fig's nutritional profile while offering their own therapeutic benefits. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar, while star anise provides antimicrobial properties that support immune function. Savory applications of figs in healing cuisine deserve attention beyond their more common use in desserts. Traditional Mediterranean cooking often features figs in dishes designed to strengthen and restore health, particularly during convalescence or seasonal transitions. A classic preparation involves braising chicken with figs, onions, and aromatic herbs. This combination provides easily digestible protein along with the nutritional benefits of figs, creating a nourishing meal that supports recovery and builds strength. And the tradition of combining figs with lean meats or poultry has roots in humoral medicine, which sought to balance the properties of different foods. Figs were considered moistening and cooling, while meats were heating and drying. Combining them created balanced dishes that wouldn't overtax the digestive system while providing comprehensive nutrition. Modern nutritional science recognizes different mechanisms, but confirms the wisdom of these combinations, noting how the fiber and nutrients in figs complement the protein and B vitamins in poultry. Fig and lentil soup represents another savory preparation with deep roots in healing traditions. Lentils provide plant-based protein, iron, and additional fiber, while figs contribute sweetness, antioxidants, and their unique array of vitamins and minerals. To prepare this nourishing soup, saute onions, carrots, and celery in olive oil, then add dried lentils, chopped dried figs, vegetable broth, and warming spices like cumin and coriander. Simmer until the lentils are tender, creating a thick, satisfying soup that supports digestive health and provides sustained energy. This combination proves particularly valuable for those recovering from illness or dealing with anemia. The vitamin C from figs enhances iron absorption from the lentils, maximizing the nutritional benefit of both ingredients. The soup's thick texture makes it easy to digest while providing substantial nutrition, making it ideal for anyone with a weakened digestive system or decreased appetite. Traditional cooks often prepared this type of soup for new mothers, elderly family members, or anyone needing gentle but thorough nourishment. Fermenting figs creates another dimension of health benefits by adding probiotic content to the fruit's existing nutritional profile. Fermented fig chutney combines figs with onions, spices, and a small amount of salt, allowing beneficial bacteria to proliferate over several days of fermentation. The resulting condiment provides digestive enzymes, probiotics, and all the nutritional benefits of figs in a form that can be stored for months. Use fermented fig chutney sparingly as a condiment with meals to support digestive function and add complex flavors. The fermentation process partially breaks down the sugars in figs, making this preparation suitable even for those who need to moderate their sugar intake. The probiotics produced during fermentation support gut health, enhance immune function, and may improve the bioavailability of certain nutrients. Traditional fermentation practices from various cultures recognized that preserved foods offered health benefits beyond simple storage, though they lacked our current understanding of beneficial bacteria and enzymatic processes. Modern research into fermented foods has validated what traditional cultures knew intuitively. Studies show that fermented fig preparations contain increased levels of certain B vitamins, particularly those produced by bacterial action. The fermentation process can reduce anti-nutritional factors that might interfere with mineral absorption, making the iron and calcium in figs more accessible to your body. Some research suggests that compounds formed during fermentation may have enhanced antimicrobial properties compared to fresh figs, offering additional protection against harmful microorganisms. When preparing fermented fig recipes at home, cleanliness matters, but sterility isn't necessary. The natural yeasts and beneficial bacteria present on organic figs and in your environment will initiate fermentation. Using filtered or spring water instead of chlorinated tap water helps, since chlorine can inhibit bacterial growth. The fermentation vessel should be clean and preferably glass, as certain plastics might leach compounds that interfere with beneficial bacteria. Temperature plays a significant role in fermentation speed and the types of microorganisms that predominate. Room temperature between 68 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit typically produces the best results for fig fermentation. Warmer temperatures accelerate the process, but might favor yeasts over bacteria, potentially creating more alcohol and less lactic acid. Cooler temperatures slow fermentation, but can result in more complex flavor development. Tasting the ferment at different stages helps you determine your preferred level of sourness and carbonation. Beyond fermentation, figs combine beautifully with other healthful ingredients in preparations designed to address specific wellness needs. A fig and ginger blend supports digestive comfort while providing warming properties valued in many healing traditions. Ginger's compounds complement the fiber in figs, creating a synergistic effect that can soothe occasional stomach upset. To prepare this combination, finely chop fresh figs and mix them with freshly grated ginger, a touch of honey, and lemon juice. This mixture can be consumed directly or stirred into warm water as a therapeutic tea. For respiratory support during seasonal challenges, a traditional preparation combines figs with mullein leaves and thyme. This combination has been used across Mediterranean and Middle Eastern cultures to support clear breathing and comfort irritated airways. The mucilaginous properties of figs coat and soothe, while the herbal components contribute their own beneficial compounds. This preparation typically involves simmering dried figs with the herbs in water for an extended period, then straining and sweetening the resulting liquid with honey. The dose is usually a small cup consumed several times daily during periods when respiratory support is needed. Sleep quality concerns many people, and figs can contribute to better rest through their nutritional profile. The calcium and magnesium in figs play roles in neurotransmitter function and muscle relaxation. Traditional practices often recommended eating a few figs an hour before bedtime, sometimes combined with warm milk or herbal tea. The natural sugars provide a gentle energy source that prevents nighttime waking from low blood sugar, while the minerals support the biochemical processes involved in sleep regulation. Creating a bedtime fig ritual involves more than just nutrition. The act of mindfully preparing and consuming a simple fig-based snack signals your body that it's time to wind down. Pairing figs with chamomile tea or warm almond milk creates a comforting routine that addresses both physiological and psychological aspects of sleep preparation. Some people find that adding a pinch of nutmeg or cardamom to their fig preparation enhances the calming effect, as these spices contain compounds traditionally associated with relaxation. Athletic performance and recovery represent another area where figs offer specific benefits. The combination of simple and complex carbohydrates provides both immediate and sustained energy. The potassium content helps maintain electrolyte balance, crucial during extended physical activity. Several professional athletes and sports nutritionists have recognized figs as an excellent whole food option for pre-workout fuel or post-exercise recovery. A pre-workout fig preparation might combine chopped figs with dates, nuts, and a pinch of sea salt. This mixture provides quick-acting sugars for immediate energy, with sustained-release carbohydrates for endurance, healthy fats for satiety, and minerals to support muscle function. Consuming this 30 to 60 minutes before exercise gives your body time to digest and convert the nutrients into available fuel. Unlike many commercial energy products, this preparation contains no artificial ingredients or isolated compounds, just whole food nutrition in a synergistic blend. Post-exercise recovery benefits from figs as well. The natural sugars help replenish glycogen stores in muscles and liver, while the antioxidants combat oxidative stress generated during intense physical activity. A recovery smoothie featuring figs, banana, leafy greens, and protein powder creates a comprehensive nutritional profile that addresses multiple recovery needs simultaneously. So the fiber in figs slows sugar absorption enough to prevent the blood sugar spike and crash that can follow simple carbohydrate consumption after exercise. Women's health across the lifespan can benefit from regular fig consumption. The iron content supports healthy menstruation and helps prevent or address iron deficiency anemia, which affects many women of reproductive age. The calcium and vitamin K contribute to bone health, particularly important as women approach and pass through menopause when bone density concerns increase. Some traditional medicine systems have used fig preparations to support hormonal balance, though scientific research in this specific area remains limited. During pregnancy, when nutritional needs increase substantially, figs offer concentrated nutrition in an easily digestible form. The folate content, while not as high as in some leafy greens, contributes to the increased requirement during pregnancy. The fiber helps address the constipation that many pregnant women experience due to hormonal changes and pressure from the growing uterus. However, Pregnant women should consult their healthcare providers before making significant dietary changes and should be aware that some traditional medicine systems advise moderation with figs during pregnancy due to their potential effects on uterine tone. Breastfeeding mothers in many cultures have consumed figs to support milk production, though scientific evidence for this effect is largely anecdotal. The rich nutritional profile certainly supports maternal health during the demanding period of lactation. The natural sugars provide quick energy, which many nursing mothers need as they recover from childbirth while meeting the caloric demands of milk production. The hydration component matters too, and consuming figs with plenty of water supports overall fluid balance. Children can benefit from figs as a nutritious whole food sweet alternative to refined sugar products. The natural sugars in figs come packaged with fiber, minerals, and phytonutrients rather than empty calories. Many children enjoy the sweet taste and interesting texture of fresh figs, though some find dried figs too chewy. Introducing figs early in a child's dietary experience can help develop a preference for naturally sweet whole foods rather than processed alternatives. Creative presentation helps children embrace figs. Threading dried fig pieces onto skewers alternating with cheese cubes and grapes creates a fun, interactive snack. Blending fresh figs into smoothies adds natural sweetness and nutrition without the distinct texture some children resist. Fig butter spread on whole grain toast or rice cakes offers a nutrient-dense breakfast or snack option. Parents should introduce figs gradually and watch for any signs of sensitivity, though true fig allergies are relatively uncommon. Aging adults find particular value in figs for several reasons. The fiber content becomes increasingly important as digestive function often slows with age. The calcium and vitamin K support bone health during a time when osteoporosis risk increases. The antioxidants may help protect against age-related cognitive decline, though this remains an active area of research. The soft texture of ripe figs makes them accessible for those with dental challenges or difficulty chewing. Cognitive health represents a growing concern as populations age. While no single food prevents dementia or cognitive decline, dietary patterns rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds appear protective. Figs contribute to such patterns through their polyphenol content and antioxidant activity. Some research suggests that diets emphasizing fruits like figs as part of an overall healthy pattern may support brain health as we age. The key lies in consistent consumption as part of a varied, nutrient-dense diet, rather than expecting dramatic effects from any single food. Blood sugar management becomes crucial for many people as they age, since diabetes risk increases with advancing years. The fiber in figs helps moderate blood sugar response when they're consumed as part of a balanced meal. However, portion awareness remains important. Eating several dried figs alone on an empty stomach will spike blood sugar more than eating 1 or 2 fresh figs with protein and healthy fat. Pairing fig slices with almond butter or a small piece of cheese creates a more balanced snack that provides sustained energy without excessive blood sugar elevation. Weight management concerns people across age groups and health conditions. Figs can support healthy weight goals when consumed mindfully as part of an overall balanced approach. The fiber promotes satiety, potentially reducing overall calorie intake by helping you feel satisfied. And the natural sweetness can satisfy cravings for desserts or sugary snacks, providing pleasure while delivering nutrition rather than empty calories. However, figs are calorie-dense, particularly in dried form, so portion control matters for those watching their caloric intake. Successful weight management with figs means treating them as a nutrient-dense whole food rather than a free food that can be consumed unlimited. 1 or 2 dried figs or half a cup of fresh figs represents a reasonable portion for most people within a balanced eating plan. Using figs to replace less nutritious foods rather than simply adding them to an already adequate diet makes the most sense for weight management. Substituting a few figs for an afternoon candy bar or cookie provides superior nutrition, more fiber, and better satiety in a similar calorie package. Skin health benefits from fig consumption reflect the inside-out relationship between nutrition and appearance. The antioxidants in figs help protect skin cells from oxidative damage caused by UV exposure, pollution, and normal metabolism. The vitamin C supports collagen synthesis, maintaining skin structure and elasticity. Adequate hydration from the water content in fresh figs contributes to skin moisture from within. Some traditional beauty practices have also used figs topically, mashing them into face masks, though consuming figs provides more reliable benefits. The gut-skin connection represents an emerging area of research that may explain some of figs' benefits for skin health. The fiber and potential prebiotic compounds in figs support beneficial gut bacteria, and growing evidence suggests that gut health influences skin condition through complex immune and inflammatory pathways. People who struggle with inflammatory skin conditions might find that dietary changes emphasizing fiber-rich foods like figs contribute to improvement, though individual responses vary considerably. Seasonal eating aligns with the natural availability of fresh figs and offers certain advantages. Eating foods when they're naturally in season typically means they're at peak nutritional value, haven't traveled as far, and cost less. Fresh figs appear in late summer through fall in most growing regions. Taking advantage of this seasonal abundance by consuming fresh figs regularly during their season, then transitioning to preserved forms during other times of year. So connects you with natural rhythms and ensures variety in your diet across the year. Preserving figs at home when they're abundant and affordable extends their availability and can be a rewarding practice. Beyond drying and fermentation, you can preserve figs in honey, create fig jam with reduced sugar content, or freeze them for later use. Each preservation method affects nutrient content somewhat differently. Freezing preserves most nutrients well, though it changes texture upon thawing. Honey preservation maintains nutrients while adding honey's own beneficial compounds. Making jam involves heat that reduces some vitamins, but concentrates the fiber and minerals while extending shelf life significantly. Growing your own fig tree, if climate permits, provides the ultimate control over freshness and ripeness. Fig trees adapt to container growing for those without yard space, and many varieties tolerate a range of climates. Homegrown figs can be harvested at peak ripeness, which commercial operations can't match since fully ripe figs are too delicate for shipping. The experience of growing food, even a single fruit tree, connects you with natural processes and often increases appreciation for the food you consume. Fig trees have relatively modest requirements compared to many fruit trees. They tolerate drought once established, though consistent watering improves fruit quality. They need full sun and well-draining soil. Many varieties produce 2 crops yearly in suitable climates, with the first appearing on old wood in early summer and the main crop developing on new growth in late summer through fall. Harvesting at the right moment makes a tremendous difference in flavor and texture. Figs should be fully colored, slightly soft, and beginning to droop downward when ready to pick. Food combining principles from various dietary traditions suggest that figs pair well with certain foods while combining less favorably with others. These principles aren't universally accepted in scientific nutrition, but many people find food combining guidelines helpful for digestive comfort. Generally, figs combine well with nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and non-starchy vegetables. They can work with dairy for those who tolerate it, as in the classic fig and cheese pairing. Some food combining approaches suggest eating fruits alone or before meals rather than as dessert, proposing that this sequence supports optimal digestion. Whether these combining principles offer true physiological advantages remains debated, but they often encourage mindful eating and attention to how different foods make you feel. Experimenting with eating figs at different times and in different combinations helps you determine what works best for your body. Some people digest figs beautifully with any meal or food combination, while others find that eating them with certain foods causes discomfort. Individual variation in digestive enzyme production, gut bacteria composition, and motility patterns means that personal experimentation often provides more useful guidance than general rules. Culinary traditions from fig-growing regions offer time-tested recipes that showcase figs' versatility while creating balanced, nutritious dishes. The Mediterranean cuisine frequently features figs in both sweet and savory applications. Middle Eastern cooking incorporates figs into meat dishes, where their sweetness balances spices and creates complex flavor profiles. Indian cuisine uses figs in desserts and sweet preparations that also include nuts, seeds, and warming spices. Learning from these culinary traditions provides inspiration for incorporating figs in ways that have pleased palates and nourished bodies for generations. A Moroccan-inspired lamb tagine with figs exemplifies the sweet-savory combination characteristic of North African cuisine. The figs add natural sweetness, and their sugars caramelize slightly during cooking, creating depth of flavor. The meat provides protein and B vitamins, while vegetables contribute additional nutrients and fiber. High spices like cinnamon, ginger, and cumin add their own healthful compounds while creating an aromatic, complex dish. This style of preparation transforms figs from a simple snack into an integral component of a complete meal. Turkish cuisine features a dessert called incir tatlısı that poaches figs in a spiced syrup, then stuffs them with walnuts and tops them with cream. While definitely a treat rather than an everyday food, this preparation highlights the natural affinity between figs and warming spices. A healthier version might reduce the added sugar, use coconut cream instead of dairy cream, and emphasize the natural sweetness of perfectly ripe figs. Even in modified form, this dessert provides minerals, fiber, healthy fats from walnuts, and antioxidants from the figs and spices. Italian cuisine pairs fresh figs with prosciutto as an appetizer that requires no cooking and takes minutes to prepare. The saltiness of the cured meat contrasts beautifully with the sweet figs, creating a balanced bite. From a nutritional perspective, the protein and fat in the prosciutto slow the absorption of sugars from the figs, creating a more moderate blood sugar response than eating figs alone. The simplicity of this preparation lets the quality of ingredients shine, encouraging you to seek out the best figs and highest quality prosciutto you can find. Greek tradition includes a dried fig cake called psychotiropita that layers figs with cheese and phyllo dough. This creates a dessert that's less sweet than typical pastries and provides protein and calcium from the cheese along with the nutrients in figs. Variations on this preparation exist throughout the Mediterranean, each adapting to local ingredients and preferences. Making a modern version might involve using whole grain phyllo or another whole grain pastry, reducing added sweeteners, and emphasizing the quality and quantity of figs themselves. Bringing figs into your daily routine doesn't require complex preparations or radical dietary changes. Starting with simple additions helps you discover how figs work in your particular eating pattern and lifestyle. Adding a few fig slices to your morning oatmeal or yogurt enhances flavor and nutrition without demanding extra time. Packing dried figs with nuts as an afternoon snack provides portable, stable nutrition that doesn't require refrigeration. Ending dinner with a fresh fig or two offers a naturally sweet conclusion that feels indulgent while providing genuine nutritional value. Mindful consumption amplifies any benefits you receive from figs or any food. Taking time to really taste your food, to notice flavors and textures, to eat without distraction, changes your relationship with eating from something you rush through to something you experience. When you eat figs mindfully, you might notice the subtle flavor differences between varieties, the way texture changes from outer skin to inner flesh, how the seeds provide little bursts of crunch. This attention makes eating more satisfying, which often means you feel content with smaller portions and naturally gravitate toward foods that truly nourish you. Building sustainable eating habits around nutritious foods like figs means making them accessible and convenient in your daily life. Keeping dried figs in your pantry ensures you always have them available. Buying fresh figs when they're in season and affordable, then eating them regularly during that window creates a sustainable pattern. Finding a few simple fig preparations you genuinely enjoy and can make without extensive effort increases the likelihood you'll actually incorporate figs regularly rather than saving them for special occasions. The cumulative effects of consistent healthy eating choices compound over time in ways that single instances of eating well cannot achieve. Your body doesn't transform from one fig or one salad or one day of excellent nutrition. Benefits accumulate through regular patterns sustained over months and years. This long view removes pressure to eat perfectly every day while maintaining motivation to make good choices most of the time. Figs fit beautifully into this approach as a whole food that's genuinely enjoyable rather than something you force yourself to eat for health benefits. Practical considerations matter when incorporating any food into your regular diet. Fresh figs have a limited season and short shelf life, which means eating them requires planning. Buying them when you see them available and eating them within a few days ensures you enjoy them at their best. Dried figs offer more flexibility with longer storage and year-round availability, though they lack some of the nutrients found in fresh figs and pack more concentrated sugars. Having both options available lets you choose based on what's accessible and appropriate for the moment. Budget considerations affect food choices for many people, and figs can range from quite affordable to expensive depending on form, source, and season. Dried figs usually cost less per serving than fresh, especially outside peak season. Buying in bulk from stores that offer that option often reduces cost. If fresh figs grow in your area, shopping at farmers markets near the end of market hours sometimes yields deals as farmers prefer selling remaining inventory to taking it home. Growing your own fig tree provides essentially free figs once the initial investment in the tree pays off, though this option requires appropriate climate and space. Food security and access issues mean that not everyone can easily obtain figs or any particular healthful food. Nutritional advice always carries an implicit privilege, assuming access to diverse foods and the resources to prepare them. If figs aren't accessible or affordable in your situation, many other foods provide similar nutrients. Focusing on whatever whole, minimally processed plant foods you can access serves your health better than fixating on specific items that might not be practical for your circumstances. The principles behind choosing figs apply to food choices generally, emphasizing whole foods, eating plenty of fiber, consuming a variety of plant foods, and paying attention to how foods make you feel. Cultural context shapes how we relate to any food, figs included. For people from Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, or South Asian backgrounds, figs might carry childhood memories and cultural significance beyond nutrition. For others, figs might seem exotic or unfamiliar. Neither perspective is right or wrong, but being aware of your own context helps you understand your relationship with different foods. Approaching unfamiliar foods with curiosity rather than judgment opens possibilities for expanding your diet and experiencing new flavors and traditions. Figs have appeared throughout human history in religious texts, mythology, and cultural traditions, indicating their importance beyond simple nutrition. Understanding that your ancestors likely ate and valued figs can create a sense of connection across time. Food represents a tangible link to the past and to cultural heritage. When you eat a fig, you're consuming something that humans have enjoyed for thousands of years, prepared and preserved using methods refined over countless generations. This perspective adds richness to the simple act of eating. The future of our food systems faces significant challenges from climate change, environmental degradation, and growing populations. Figs offer certain advantages in this context. Fig trees are relatively hardy, tolerant of drought once established, and productive. They require fewer inputs than many commercial fruit crops. They can be grown in diverse climates and systems, from small gardens to commercial orchards. Supporting diverse crops, including figs, rather than relying on a narrower range of globally traded commodities, might contribute to more resilient food systems. Personal health exists within environmental context, and food choices carry consequences beyond individual nutrition. Choosing plant foods like figs generally has lower environmental impact than animal products, though specific impacts depend on growing methods, transportation, and other factors. Locally grown figs in season have minimal environmental footprint compared to figs shipped long distances. Dried figs require energy for drying, but store without refrigeration, offsetting some impact. Being thoughtful about sourcing and choosing options that align with your values regarding environmental impact integrates your health goals with broader ecological concerns. As you explore incorporating figs into your diet, remember that optimal nutrition rarely comes from any single food. Figs offer wonderful benefits, but they work best as part of a varied diet that includes many different whole foods. Balancing figs with other fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and appropriate amounts of protein creates a dietary pattern that provides comprehensive nutrition. Figs shouldn't replace other healthful foods, but rather complement them, adding their unique nutritional profile to your overall intake. The journey toward better health through improved nutrition is personal and ongoing. What works perfectly for someone else might not suit you, and what serves you well now might need adjustment as your circumstances change. Paying attention to your body's signals, educating yourself about nutrition while remaining flexible, and making choices that align with your values and circumstances guides you more reliably than rigid rules. Figs can be one element in your personalized approach to nourishment, contributing their particular benefits while remaining just one component of how you feed yourself well. Ultimately, the goal extends beyond avoiding disease or maximizing lifespan. Eating well should enhance your quality of life, providing energy, supporting mood, enabling you to engage fully with your activities and relationships. Foods like figs contribute to this broader vision of wellness when they're chosen and consumed in ways that bring pleasure along with nutrition. The sweet taste of a perfectly ripe fig, the satisfaction of making traditional fig preserves, the comfort of a fig-based remedy when you're not feeling well. These experiences matter as much as the vitamins and minerals involved. Nourishing yourself well means attending to both the physical and experiential aspects of eating, finding foods that serve both dimensions. Figs, with their long history of bringing both healing and pleasure to those who consume them, embody this integrated approach to nourishment beautifully.